What's good, everybody? I'm BPC and welcome to Competitive Origins MMA. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you can be notified on future videos. And don't forget to hit the like button, please. Now, today's topic is on Khabib Nurmagomedov wanting to make MMA an Olympic sport. And I'll talk more about that in just a moment, but first I want to point out that I'm wearing Competitive Origins No Matter What t-shirt, which you can get at competitiveorigins.com. Now, a portion of the proceeds will go towards the channel so we can provide a better experience for you guys at home. And if you type in promo code MMA12, you'll get 10% off your order. Now, you've been competing since conception, whether you're competing with yourself or others, Competitive Origins. Now, Khabib Nurmagomedov would like to make MMA an Olympic sport, and he talked about that recently. Now, if you don't know who Khabib is, I don't know why, because he's been all over the news recently. He is the 29-0 current UFC 155 champion who happens to be retired. I know it's a little confusing how he's the champion if he's retired, but it's just how the situation is laid out. Now, he's making a lot of lateral moves, all right? He already announced his retirement, and he's gone ahead and bought an MMA organization. And if you wait to the end of the video, there'll be a link where I talk about him purchasing an MMA organization. From there, he's now talking about getting MMA into the world of the Olympics, which is mind-blowing that he's even considering trying to push that forward. And it's really exciting. He says he wants to speak with Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach in regards to getting MMA in the world of Olympics. Now, I think this is a great idea, but I think the MMA organizations are going to be like, hold up, wait a minute. We don't want to risk our investment going out there and fighting. Now, if the NBA is able to do it, I'm pretty sure, the world of MMA can do it too. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I know they take a lot more abuse. This is a combat sport at the end of the day, but I think with a little bit of rule altering, we can basically make it work out for them. Now, when I say, altering the rules, I say let's do a 16-man tournament. Now, the MMA world is not accustomed to fighting this amount of times within a 2-week period, the length of the Olympics. But if we do a 16-man tournament where we have the first round, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and then the championship fight set up in a way where they can last long enough to make it and be healthy and be competitive, I think it's going to be great for everybody. Now, hear me out. The first round, which would be the opening round, would be a contest where it would be 1 round long for approximately 5 minutes. Now, I know you're thinking, well, typically MMA fights are 3 rounds long and they're about 5 minutes per round. And then for the main event or championship fight, it's 5 rounds, 5 minutes. But, listen to me, we need the fighters to last to get to the championship fight. So let's do the first round, just 1 round of the fight and 5 minutes long. Now, moving into the quarterfinals, we should make it, again, 1 round, 5 minutes long. And then moving into the semifinals, we should make it 3 rounds, 3 minutes long. Now, I know you're saying, Chris, why can't we do 5 minutes? Because if the fighter, took blows in the first round and then he took blows in the quarterfinals, he's definitely going to take blows in the semifinals. Now, we're already going to put him in there for 3 rounds, and they're going to be 3 minutes long. There's a high probability that he could get injured. And if he gets injured and he goes into the championship fight against somebody who maybe got a quick knockout, it's not going to be a very competitive fight, and we're going to see like the guy get his head smashed in. Now, that's how people who don't watch MMA kind of see it. It's a brutal sport. People are getting decapitated. They're getting their head crushed in. Now, head decapitation does not happen. I have seen a guy have his skull caved in, but that's very, very, very rare. All right? And you can look that up on YouTube. Now, going from there, like I said, the championship fight, 5 rounds, 5 minutes long, like a true championship fight would be, the gold medal, opportunity. Now, from there, I say we need to alter the equipment. And when I say alter the equipment, I'm referring to the gloves. See, MMA gloves used in the world of the UFC have the ability to allow the fighter to extend his hands. And due to that, it leads to a lot of eye poking. John Jones has poked a lot of eyes out. Stipe Miocic has had his eyes poked out as well by Daniel Cormier, and hence the rematch between those two took almost a year due to, Stipe having to recover from such severe eye pokage. It sounds pretty bad when you think about it. Now, moving from there, like I said, the UFC community, the MMA community, between Bellator and ONE FC and UFC and all these different organizations need to go with it. It's going to bring a lot of exposure to them. It's going to open a lot of eyes to the world of MMA. Someone's going to be on TV. This is the world's largest, sporting event. And if you can have your sport on that sporting event, basically, that platform, that sporting platform, it's going to be great for you guys. The ratings are going to go through the roof for the Olympic Committee. Like I said, it'll bring a lot of sponsorships to the Olympics, and like I said, it's going to bring a lot of exposure to, the UFC, to ONE FC, to Bellator, to all these different organizations. Maybe, the Olympics can sponsor some of the UFC fights, UFC Fight Night sponsored by the Olympics, something along those lines, kind of throw a little bit of money at the UFC's way to compensate for their investment in the event that their fighter gets injured, and maybe, a little bit of marketing and branding, throw the organization's names out there when, basically promoting their fighter or talking about their fighter during their match. Something along the lines where it can give exposure to the organization to where, the advertising money that is being paid to them and the exposure can justify the loss of possible revenue if their fighter isn't able to continue fighting for a lengthy period of time. Now, will the organizations go for this? I have absolutely no idea, but I hope they were to. This is really a great situation, especially for an MMA organization to go, hey, we won every single weight class. This is amazing, And getting back to the, how they want to organize this, I believe the boxing situation has a super heavyweight, but they left out the bantamweight. But they have all the other weight classes that the UFC has. So this would be perfect. All we have to do is just pluck out the super heavyweight, throw in the bantamweight, and all these different fighters are able to compete at their actual weight class where it's going to be competitive, where it's going to be safe, where they're not, fighting somebody that's much larger than them, or they're not having to cut a lot of weight, dangerously to make it into another weight class to still be competitive. So these are kind of some of my thoughts. Go into the comment section below and tell me what you think, how you feel about my suggestions on how they should set up this tournament. If you have some better suggestions, or if you think this is a great idea in general for the world of MMA to jump into the world of Olympics. I'm BPC. Go to competitiveorigins.com, type in promo code 12 to get your 10% off. In fact, it's MMA 12 to get your 10% off. Again, have a great day, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and please subscribe.